We have Elazer up against Petite Drogo. Oh my god, my overlay looks so terrible. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know why I stuck all of that stuff over there. And no, this is not a WCS qualifier, so let's get rid of that from up there as well. Welcome to the show, guys. It is going to be a Zerg versus Protoss What If Wednesdays. We're looking at Ascension to Aya, two of the absolute best players, a Zerg and a Protoss in the European scene, and it's all going to be about watching these guys try and solve problems. Trying to figure out what they can do better after they lose a game. Of course, the What If Wednesdays format is all about that. Let's get our game starting to load up, as we are loading in right away, guys. So let's hop on right into there. And when's it gonna load? I thought I already... Okay, give it a second. And there we go. We are into game. So guys, the What If Wednesday format, it's all about watching the pros try and learn from their mistakes and show us how even a couple of small changes can often turn an absolutely one-sided terrible loss into a victory. So we get to see how these players solve that by using the recover from replay feature. It's all about getting the loser to hop on a call with me right after they lose. I say, what did you screw up? What was the key mistake? What went wrong for you that game? Sometimes it's as simple as, you know what, I was playing greedy, he did an all-in, this was a build order loss. We don't get to learn so much from those ones, but more often it's a minute change. It's, oh, you know what, my upgrade was a few seconds late, or I attacked just before an upgrade kicked in, my positioning wasn't correct against, you know, this maneuver, I didn't respond well to a certain rush, and we get to hear the player talk to us and explain their thought process, and say, I'm just going to change that thing. We restart from the game from that point, and the winner has to play the same style. The winner is not privy to that call. They don't get to hear what we're talking about, so they have to just go in playing the same style and only changing as they see changes from their opponent. So it is a format which, in some ways, it favors the player who recovers the game, but at the same time, it can sometimes favor the player who's already won, specifically because if they're playing a defensive role, they already know there's some sort of attack coming. Even if the attack gets executed better, the fact that they're, you know, warned ahead of time means they don't get thrown off and often end up having some very perfect defense. So that's going to be awesome, and I'm really excited to see how these players go. I'm going to really focus on looking at the details of their build orders and going very in-depth today. This is going to be a pretty hardcore show. I will try and throw in a few basic explanations, but if you're a newer player, I'm relying on you guys to ask questions. I'm going to keep my eye on chat throughout. I will answer questions, and at the end, both players will be answering your questions with me on a call where we discuss the matches and we discuss Zerg versus Protoss. So shout out absolutely any question in chat. The show normally goes for a little bit over an hour, including the question time. If you're watching on YouTube, though, it'll be split up into separate VODs, and even if you just watch one regame, you will already learn so much just from hearing how the pro gamers analyze and solve problems just from that. So it is going to be awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun, of course. I also am giving away a Tasteosis announcer pack to anyone who is tuning in right now live. So you guys just need to type !raffle in chat for your chance to win that code. And I'm going to be drawing that at the end of the show. I will not be streaming after this because I'm going to stick to my normal schedule. My stream starts in like 10 hours. I think 9.5 hours, something like that. So I'm going to sleep right after I finish the show. I'll give a host to someone else doing some cool StarCraft stuff, and we will get to see you guys in the morning at the normal time. Gonna have guys on tomorrow for a Pro Talk episode as well, talking about some Terran versus Terran, so that should be a lot of fun. So for now, guys, let's talk about the build orders. I've already kind of ignored the early game. Let's look at Drogo first of all. Drogo's opened up with an adept pressure off a very standard Gate Scout, Gate Gas, Nexus Core, very typical build order. He's gone into a very fast Stargate, which is the standard at the moment, and an Oracle is on the way out. Now notice he's skipped the Mothership Core, but he has already got 3 Adepts out, so he might be looking for some very fast 3 or 4 Adept pressure combined with the Oracle, as that can work out really well. Elazer on the other side has seen this. He's gone for Overlord speed himself, and so he's already got Spore Crawlers down obscenely early. He doesn't want to take any damage from this Oracle, does not want to give any chance for it to get out of control. So Elazer never pulled off gas after his hatch gas pool opening, and he's actually going to be making a fast Evo chamber here, and he's going to be going right into +1 melee in response to this Stargate play. Against Adepts, against Archon drops, you can't really afford to get an upgrade that early, but when you're up against an Oracle play, against a Stargate play, getting those Zergling upgrades is pretty fantastic. Oracle's going to come and try to fight the Queen, but Drogo's going to have to turn tail and run. And that Oracle does take a little bit of damage. Of course, an Oracle can kill a Queen very efficiently on its own, but Elazer was on point. He's got his extra queens. They came up to defend. Total of 4 queens out, 45 workers apiece for both players. And that second oracle coming down across the map. So a Spore Crawler going up at the third here, as well as these 2 queens babysitting while the drones first main art over. And that first adept pressure is moving out. I believe the Overlord spotted this. Let me see, Zerglings are in the production tab. So guys, there's a third base going down. It's already got a pylon at it. Still no mothership core. This is just Drogo going full on both aggression and economy. No safety behind it though. No real anchor, just a Void Ray out and a Robo and a Forge behind this. So Drogo here, a master of greedy Protoss play, is going to come into that main base, throw down a Stasis Ward. He will get the Queen and actually going to get the eggs and the Zerglings as well. Very nice little Stasis trap pressure there. Of course, the Oracles have so much utility. It's all about keeping them alive all game, using them to reveal the Zerg army at all times with Revelation and to throw down those Stasis Wards on the defense while turtling up to Storm. But Elazer here, always being active, does find a single probe kill. Nice pickup for him. More probes are transferring down to the third. We've got these Adepts coming back. Void Ray over here has cleaned up the Overlords on this side of the map. And Jesus, what a good game. Worker counts tied neck and neck. And it looks like, yeah. Okay, so the Forge is down. The Robo is now finished. It's going to be a Warp Prism immediately after the... No, before even the Observer. So straight into Warp Prism. Wants to start Adept pressuring. And into that Twilight Council as well as +1. I would imagine we're just going to see Charge-Lot Archon Immortal here. Or Charge-Lot Immortal-Storm. Does take down this Queen. These Oracles doing a very nice job here. Going to get a couple of drone kills as well as that Queen. And Drogo happy to just pull back for now. Oh, this is awesome, guys. Elazer's actually going to be going for Ling-bane Swarmhost here. Notice no Hydra Den is down. It's only Ling-bane. And just going to be going for the Swarmhost. And this is going to be really powerful. I love that Drogo took this third, by the way. I think if you take this third, you're just screwed. And I actually think Drogo should take this fourth down here as well. I've seen a lot of Protoss players taking the third in the middle. I think it's the wrong decision. I'm going to ask Drogo about that after this match. Remind me if I forget. I think this third and this fourth down there, not even just in PvZ, but even in matchups like TVT, I've noticed it's just so much better. Because otherwise the Zerg player can abuse this area. They can rotate between your bases. And it's very hard to cover both of them, especially with such a wide open area here at the third. So it becomes very awkward. Whereas this ramp here, very easy to defend. And if your third and fourth are right next to each other, you can sit your army in one central location. And you've got, while they are wide ramps, they are also kind of choke points at the same time. At the same time, 13 Swarmhosts on the way. Elazer's going for broke with the Swarmhosts. We've got that Adept drop coming in. What is the Worker Kill tab up to? It looks like, oh, gonna make sure my, man, reset profile, yes. My hotkeys, sometimes your hotkeys will just change for no reason. And yeah, apparently they're still refusing to show me the Workers Kill tab. Okay, no worries. Worker Kill tab is just broken this game. That's fine. Swarmhosts are coming across the map right now. Is Drogo ready? He's got Storm not quite ready. His army is so small right now. And the Oracle's tagging units, but I don't think he's seen these Swarmhosts. If they get in range of this, oh, they might just kill the Nexus. He's going to have to drop overcharges like a crazy person. All of his army is way out of position. So many Locusts are about to come in here. Oh, this is brutal. What's he going to focus? Actually, a lot of these Locusts being fired all the way back there. A bit of a misfire, I believe, from Elazer. Going to just take out a charge lot or two. So, doesn't really get any crucial damage. And now that Drogo knows this is happening, he's got to get his Oracles and his Void Rays in position to shut down those Swarmhosts and say, every time you want to come forward with those Swarmhosts, I'm going to pick one off. So where's that Void Ray? It's still just chilling back there. He's going to move that down into position. And it's all about, you know, trying to stop those Swarmhosts from doing damage while building up a big economy. Drogo's already got 70 probes. He's got a fourth on the way, but he's on a timer. He needs to get a big economy and a massive ground army so that he's safe against everything, and at that point he can afford to get up Fleet Beacon and extra Stargates, and he needs that so fast because Elazer's already rushing to Broodlord tech, going up to Hive and Spire, only has +2 melee upgrades, and here we go, more Locusts are going to be coming in. Think he's going to need to drop Storms if he wants to keep this base alive. No Stasis traps up here. Locusts launch on this base, they take out a cannon. 1, 2, 3 charge, let's go down. I think he needs to drop another Storm here. Is he going to do it? These Locusts doing quite a bit of damage. Banelings coming in from the right-hand side as well. A lot of charge. Let's end up going down. Archon's being dropped in. Oh, man. 4 High Templar just went down to those Banelings. Oh, no. Big misstep for Drogo. We saw Showtime just straight up lose games to Serral when that happened to him. More Banelings coming in, looking for the Charge-Lots, looking for the High Templar. Drogo's Charge-Lots charge into their death. Does get the High Templar to safety this time, but all the Charge-Lots are gone. And I think that's going to be all she wrote. Yeah, I don't see any way he can hang on now. Another wave of Locusts is ready. And it looks like Elazer doesn't even need the Broodlords. He is just going to completely break him right here. Very well played game from Elazer, just using those Swarmhosts very well. 70 drone style, not going to a crazy 80, 85 drones we're seeing some Hydra Bane players go to. And while we do have a couple of Archons dropping on these Swarmhosts, trying to clean it up, the 4th has been absolutely ransacked. And just the hit points on the Swarmhosts, combined with their movement speed, I think are a little bit ridiculous. Even when you get an Archon drop on them and they're not microed for a good 40 seconds like that, you kill like 2 Swarmhosts with your Archon drop. They're so hard to get rid of. So definitely a unit which I'm very happy Zerg players have started to figure it out, because I think it's been powerful for a long time. And I think everyone's good enough now in this current patch that everyone should be using Swarmhosts at least sometimes against Protoss players. Elazer showing he's really good with this style. There's no Storm left here for Drogo. He's just fighting, you know, with Charge-Lots right now. Luckily for him, there's no Banelings. I love the Queen drop to try and combat the Void Ray and Oracles. But Drogo does end up sniping that down, and yeah, that Dropper Lord is going to die. The Charge-Lot's actually chasing it back for now. Drogo doing a great job. Great Aspire, though, is getting close to finished. Lots more Banelings morphing, and I can't imagine Drogo managing to break this. He's got +2 attack, he's making more Archons, he's got 3 Immortals. Oh no, 5 Immortals, and that's going to be 8 Archons. That's a big army right now, but once again, Miss Micro from Drogo. Charge-Lots going into the Banelings. He's got to pull those Charge-Lots back. And here we go, 1 Archon gets surrounded at the front, another Archon goes down. The Oracle's doing massive damage. The Archons and Immortals tanking a lot of Banelings. Is there going to be enough left over for Drogo? I think with 1 more Warp in, he will be able to do it, actually. He's just got 5 Archons left, and these Immortals, very low shields on almost all of them, but the Charge-Lots warping in are going to do some work. Behind this, there is a Swarmhost counterattack coming in for Elazer. We'll be able to overwhelm those cannons, but I don't know if he'll be able to ransack the probe line at the same time. Oh, I think he's going to be able to kill a lot of workers there. Drogo's being forced more all in with every moment. Broodlords did not get a chance to morph here. It's just pure Ling-bane Corruptor fighting this. At the same time, Probe's starting to fall behind this. Oh man, these Banelings getting hits that are decent, but not quite enough. +2 melee Adrenal Zerglings. Finally getting to work on these Immortals. Good pickups from Drogo. Does keep 2 of them alive a little bit longer than they should have. And they're still alive. The Archon's also working on the Corruptors. Both sides going blow for blow. Drogo's lost a few probes there on that base, but his 4th is back up mining. It's got cannons on it. And now that the fighting is over on Elazer's side of the map, oh man, you can't help but wonder why those Broodlords were so delayed. I think he had enough time to get them out here. But I guess at the end of it, he does end up holding on against the push. And the thing is, Elazer has next to no mining. Like, even though Drogo's down in supply right now, Elazer needs to find more damage. 10 Charge-Lots going to warp in there. They should be able to... Ooh, they might even be able to shut down one of the Swarmhosts. And they are going to lure those Locusts away a little bit, which is kind of nice. More Charge-Lots going in to fight those. Some chase the Swarmhosts, some fight the Locusts. You know, any bit of damage here is good for Elazer. But he's got to get those hatcheries back down. And right now he has just almost no mineral income. He doesn't even have his 3rd base going back down. He's still just on 2 bases mining. His main's mined out. His natural's getting low. So, yeah, I think Elazer here just taking a little bit too much damage to that push. If he even had 1 mining base right now, kept those Swarmhosts alive, I think he'd be in it. But with a hatchery only just starting, Drogo with double the income, I think Drogo should be able to recover here. That being said, Elazer might be able to get Broodlords up, and there might not be an answer, but no. It looks like that will be all she wrote in Drogo there. I could have sworn he was screwed, guys. But that one moment where there weren't Banelings to support the Locusts, and the Charge-Lots just jumped in and killed everything. The Archon's got some nice splash off, did some great damage, and things didn't quite work out. So I'm going to give Elazer a call here. There we go. So giving Elazer a call, we are going to rewind immediately and hop straight back into that replay and see exactly where things could be different. So let's see when Elazer picks up the call. Let me know when you're there, Elazer.
Okay, yeah, I'm there.
Oh, awesome. All right, man. GG's bad luck. So simple, brutal, clear analysis. What went wrong for you that game?
Okay, so that was just, warm-up. First game of the day.
Okay.
So... yeah, just bad macro.
Just bad macro.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, because after I killed the Templar, the game was over. There was no way I could lose, and then I don't know. Like maybe 3 bad engagements in a row, and it's not enough army.
Fair enough. I got to agree. I think that was it. So, where do you think was the first main bad engagement? Do you think that was just out front Drogo's third base, where you didn't have any banelings and he kind of?
Well, first of all, I think I lost a bit too much to harass, but besides that, during the engagements, you know, the one at his third base where I just started sending locusts.
Yep.
And that's where, like, I don't know. I didn't deal as much damage as I should. Maybe I just didn't micro locust properly. Because I was just sending them and they would attack, like, gates, assimilators.
Yep. So it was at about 9 minutes 20 exactly where you got those 4 High Templar with the banelings, and that was the kill move, really, right?
I mean, this game will be over very soon if you start at this moment.
Let's see it. This is
because I just need to make army and the game should be over.
Do you think you basically yeah. So I think 9 minutes. It's kind of hard to find a gap in the action. I think 9 minutes 40 is going to be our moment because it's right after you rolled a squad of banelings in, and yeah. So there's like a little bit of downtime right at 9 minutes 40 where you're not actually engaging each other, and then you go in with a big swarm host wave. And you know, you're doing more damage there, but then you know he survives that wave just barely, and then right after that things go really bad for you.
Because I was sure I'm winning, so I don't know. I think I believed in my Swarmhost too much because I was just sending the units and I thought the Swarmhost will kill him, but then my locust like disappeared in maybe 3 seconds to like storm zealots, and then I had nothing.
Okay, so I just made a mistake there. Sorry for the guys on the stream. They actually weren't. I accidentally swapped scene just as I was showing the High Templar dying, but that's cool.
Sorry, it's cutting you.
Okay, no worries, man. Discord, unfortunately, having some issues. So 9 minutes 40 is where we're going to recover the game from.
Yeah, it can be 40.
And that should be fine. Okay, fantastic. So let's do that. Recover game. Hopefully, Drogo's
yeah, well, like when you play Swarmhost, you just always feel more ahead than you actually are.
They're very volatile, right?
Much, like you have so much units and protoss so little that you feel like you're super ahead. But if he starts holding for like 2-3 waves, then it's starting to get you're in a bit of trouble, I think.
Okay, fantastic. All right, no worries, man. Well, we're gonna restart on 9 minutes 40.
Wait, but there's no Drogo.
Oh, what the hell? Okay, I was wondering why that froze up. He was in there for a second and then he dropped out. That's cool. We'll just Alt F4 and get that going again. Jesus, I don't know what happened to Drogo there, man.
Yeah, I don't know. But why are you recovering? We could just go from replay and see exactly when you want to start.
Oh yeah, I found the moment. Sorry, I'm not sure if you're clear on the format. So basically, you should load up the replay on your own immediately as soon as we get out of the game so that we can find the moment. So 9 minutes 40 is the exact moment just after you killed the High Templar and there's a lull in the action.
Okay. So yeah, that's game over at this moment.
Yeah. So we're literally just going to that point and you're just going to show better macro and that's all we're doing.
Like I went Broodlord, but I don't even think I need Broodlord at all. I can do whatever I want at the moment.
I got to agree with that one. So Drogo is in a lobby. Oh man, sorry, I don't know what's going on with Drogo. Can you hop back into chat channel Pig, please?
Yeah, he's bugging out.
Yeah, his game's bugging out a little bit. Let's see what's going on. So just a little bit of tech issues, and we will be right back.
Okay, just join him.
Okay. Okay. Recover from 9 minutes 40. It's after you lost. Okay, there we go. I will do it. There we go. Easy peasy. All right. Fantastic. Okay, so this should be a relatively straightforward cleanup from here. You know, this is the
Okay,
rare
I'm done with the
situation where,
conversation.
yeah. So show us what you got, and good luck, have fun, man. Okay. So apparently I'm cutting out for Elazer a little bit on voice call, guys, which is why everything's slightly awkward there. I'm not sure exactly, you know, there's normally a bit of latency to Europe, but it's a little bit exaggerated right now. So we are going to hop back into game, get that one going. This one is one of those rare cases where Elazer had the game, and then he kind of threw it. As he said, warm-up game of the day. He was like, whoa, okay, I just didn't macro that well. I just needed to build more units and not take terrible fights. And he did take some really bad fights. Remember, he should easily get the 4th base and be able to overwhelm with just Ling-bane, Swarmhost, or go the Broodlords and get them more efficiently, one or the other. He kind of went for both and took bad fights. If he just cleans up one of those things, he should win this game pretty convincingly. And then we can go back to Drogo and we can say, okay, Drogo, you're the defender. Show us that defense a little bit more pristine. Keep those 4 High Templar alive. We know Drogo is going to restart from before those 4 High Templar die. And he's going to show us some stuff. We might look at some details. So something I'm already imagining that Drogo is going to be saying. Drogo says, lol, nice recover, as he sees where we are. Good luck. Have fun. So one of the things Drogo might also be talking about is the Void Ray. Remember I was talking about the Void Ray zoning out the Swarmhost before? He kind of, you know, got a bit thrown off and was already on the back foot from that first Swarmhost wave, surprising him a little bit. And even though his Void Ray is in position now, this is all kind of a little bit later on in the game. Ooh, sorry. So Locusts coming in once again here for Elazer. This is where he kills the Nexus. Zerglings counterattacking there are being held off very well by Drogo. Only loses 2 cannons to a whole mass of Zerglings. And Drogo here, he's in big trouble. He's got to keep those charge-ups alive. He needs some really good control click micro. Oh man, he actually like moves past the Banelings. He's got like the tricky jukes there. Loses a High Templar, unfortunately. And he needs to start pulling all of his air units over here, because Drogo knows if he doesn't get this base up right now, then he is deep down Poo-Poo Creek, paddling with his hands, and when you're elbow deep in your own muck, stuff goes nasty. Drogo's in big trouble. So Elazer this time though, you can notice he's much more careful about not letting the units get on top of his Swarmhost. He's intercepting reinforcements, he's trying to take his engagements a lot more carefully, and he's just going to keep trying to deny this 4th base. He knows as long as he's on 4 bases versus 3, he's ahead. At some point, he'll take a 5th as well, and that'll just cement his advantage. Any work as he picks up anything like this is all just beautiful efficiency. And this is something where, as Drogo said when we were resuming, he's like, lol, nice recover, because he knows he was pretty screwed at this point. And he knows he was very lucky to win. And Elazer now having this beautiful opportunity to just say, oh, instant regame, let's change what I screwed up, not make those same mistakes. Drogo knows he's going to have to dig mega deep here and hope for some insane mistakes. He says, terrible recover, GG. Okay, let's talk to Drogo here and see. I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, Drogo's done this show before. Actually, no, he never came on the show. Maybe I should have given him a more in-depth explanation of exactly the whole purpose there. I mean, I did a pretty decent job of it right before. I was like, the whole point is it's, you know, it's meant to favor the recoverer, right? It's about showing how a small change can turn a loss into an easy win. But Drogo's a little bit triggered by that one, so let's give him a call. Hey. Let me know when you're there on the call, mate.
What was that?
Well, no, it's meant to favor the recoverer, so, I mean, this is a weird situation, right?
Yeah, but it's bullshit. Like, it implies that he got lucky killing the Templar, where it's not the case. He will always be able to... Like, recovering at a time like this implies that he got lucky killing the Templar.
Why is that?
He will always be able to kill the Templar in this situation. Because not only do I need to get Storm, but I need to have 2 Archons in a prism chasing the Swarmhost. He will always be able to get stuff done with the Banelings. That's just how it is. So when I go into a replay and my Templar are all blown up, and could have tried to go for a lane if I don't lose the prism, but he should hold. I kind of agree with Elazer that I just kind of got lucky last game. Like he had the game won, to be honest.
Absolutely, yeah. So this is a really weird restart, right? So the whole point, remember, is to kind of favor the recover replay. So because he was ahead, right? He was way ahead, and then he kind of threw the game, I guess, is the simplest way to put it. So the whole point there is he just changes a small thing in terms of like not taking a few bad engagements there and just cleaning up his follow-up, and bam, it's a quick victory. So there's no realistic expectation of you to win from there unless you are like, I don't know, you can plug into the internet and disconnect his computer. Like, so that is kind of like a weird situation, right? Because it doesn't give you any learning as a pro player, but this is something where it's for the audience. So the audience can see he makes a small change, bam, 2-minute game, it's over. Now we get to go back and actually look at stopping the situation getting so bad in the first place. So,
all right.
So I'm not expecting you to win from there. And no one in the audience is. Like, once you've lost the High Templar and everything, and you know, you're on the back foot, those swarm hosts kind of snuck across the map. We're not expecting you to win. That was pretty bad.
It was kind of funny because on my screen, you took exactly at the time when I could still see like the blue glimmer of the Templars dying. It was exactly at the time. It's just like, you lost the Templars right at this second. Now play this game.
I think it was like a second High Templar that just died. Because I think the 4 High Templar was about 20 seconds earlier, but nonetheless, like, yeah, it was meant to be very, very like, bam, okay, you're way ahead. Show us an easy win. And that's what he managed to do. So let's go back in now, and we can go back to much earlier in the game and look at things that went on there. So first of all, did you know he was going swarm hosts, or was it only when they got to your side of the map that you saw them?
Yeah, I didn't know at all. But it was like either Jebaited or Swarmhost. Like I knew it was like gonna be some heavy aggression and not that many drones. I do anything different. I just try to survive.
Do you think maybe like the Void Ray getting in position to kind of zone a little bit better, or like spotting
the Void Ray getting in what?
Do you think getting the Void Ray or like the Oracles to spot the first swarm hosts arriving at your third earlier and being a bit more prepared there helps? Or do you think you held the first wave just fine and it was only really losing the High Templar that turned the game?
Well, first thing, my Oracles were next to my Void Ray for no real reason. I guess I could have spotted those Swarmhosts a bit faster if I cover the path. Yeah, in that regard, I say that if we recover the game, that will be at like 720, where the Swarmhosts come out. On the whole thing of trying to not take that much damage, we redo it. Because to be honest, the early game was very good for me. Even if when you look at the situation, the Zeg has a lot of supply, but that's as good as I can expect it to be. If there was like an overload that I didn't spot, if you had Baneling in it, I would have lost the game. And yeah, like, I got some stuff done, which usually doesn't happen. But yeah, like that's a pretty even game after the middle game, so there's no reason to change any of this.
Awesome. Okay, so we're just going to go back to about 720, just as the swarm hosts are kind of popping out. And awesome. We're just going to see how you can kind of get on control of that. I'm curious, by the way.
Wait. Exact time. Because I do kill some drone with my Adept, and I still want that. Alright. Let's go 730.
7:30? Fantastic. All right, let's do it. Small question, by the way, while we get the game up. I'll keep you on the call because it'll take us 2 minutes to recover the game. So let me get you guys in party again, and we'll get that one going.
Let me make.
Okay. I will leave party.
Oh, nice.
I'll let you send us the invites. So while we get this one going, 7 minutes 30 in game, we're gonna, obviously, it's really, this is kind of, okay, let me go, 7:30. This is kind of what we see in ZVP a lot, is the Battle of Protoss trying to kind of defend 4 bases, and it's a real struggle, especially on the current map pool. There's been a lot of people vocal about it. I'm curious, have you tried or thought about taking the 4th below your 3rd, or does that just not work?
Yeah, I do that with DT drop. You need a huge fucking army to take that one.
Just because it's such a big wide open area where you've got to sit your army between the 3rd and 4th, or?
Yeah, because like taking the 3rd, like the 4th below your 3rd, is assuming first, you're much closer to the Zerg. Second, you're kind of assuming that the Zerg can't just go into your natural.
Yeah.
Can, and if they do, you're fucked. That's end of story, pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I think the Zerg can outmaneuver you. Like sometimes I take it when I go DT drop because my army is much bigger, and I have less tool to like spot where the enemy is. But my army is just like much bigger, so I can just take this one because it's a bit easier. And usually they don't have Hydra list; we have road shooting or Roger. On this base is a bit better versus that. But yeah, like no, versus Hydra Bane, I don't take this one because yeah, you're kind of like I'm looking at this. Sure, like you might expect it that okay, I can defend my third and my fourth, and I have my army at around about the same location. But like you know, if they move into the natural,
and you can't really like wall off that ramp, I guess. Or maybe do you think maybe you could wall it off and leave like a sentry there?
Maybe you could, but that's Nicole. Like I'm not completely you know like close to the suggestion, but I've tried it, and even if there's some advantages, I feel like it feels like shit. But in a sense, it's kind of like in Frozen Temple, you know? I would take the base in the face of my opponents, but back then Zerg didn't know that you could actually run by into the third. Do you remember that?
Yes, actually, yeah.
Frozen Temple.
Yeah.
Like, when you play Koreans, we would just break the rock at the third, then run by, and you would die when you take this fourth. But versus European, that would just attack the fourth base, attack the fourth base. It was magical.
Yeah, actually, that's really funny, right? Because I remember, yeah, the difference between the fourths was crazy in the way the games would play. That's actually hilarious. Okay, awesome. Well, thanks for the theory craft. Good luck on this regame, of course, getting you back in the mindset after some deep theory crafting there. Hopefully, Elazer's internet holds. Good luck holding on against the Imber flood of Endless Zerg, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, we are going to get this one going. Go. Now, I really wanted to have that discussion.